We've said a lot about being Southern. I am from the South. I have a Southern accent. How many of you are not from the southern part of the United States? Okay, all you people have a problem. And it is, you don't talk right. What do y'all think when y'all hear us from the South talk? What do you all decide about me? Well, he kind of dumb, isn't he? Well, Southern people do sound dumb. What I find intriguing, though, everywhere I go outside of the South, people say to me, "You've got an accent." Like they don't. Everybody has an accent. You leave home, you will sound strange to other people. Your accent is your mother's voice. Now, families are diverse and different. How many of you have a family member that's just strange? No, don't point. How many of you have a family member that literally brightens up a family reunion by not attending? Well, see, even this audience is very diverse. How many of you are single? Well, we have a lot of single adults. And by the way, it's not easy being single. I had a single guy tell me the other day, being single is not a bed of roses like you married guys think. He said, it's tough being single. He said, I get up and all by myself, I have to make my own bed, carry out the trash, wash dishes. Then a month later, do it all over again. Did you know 51% of all adults in this nation are single? We have more single adults than we do married adults. Well, there's a lot of diversity in this room other than that. Some of us are young, some middle-aged, some old. How many of y'all are young? How many of you have been drinking before you came to this? Well, you're young if you're both willing and able to burn the candle at both ends. Of course, the problem when you're young, you can't afford any matches. Then you become middle-aged, you discover bad things start happening to your body. You'll notice when I speak, I don't use notes. I have them, can't see them. But I am not going to wear glasses. In fact, I looked in the mirror not long ago and thought, George, you're starting to look old. I'll package myself young. Do y'all have young clothes? I do. Unbutton my shirt down to my navel. Put 10 pounds of gold chains around my neck. I even bought a chest toupee. I tell you what I did discover, though. The most difficult thing about becoming a middle-aged older man is living with a middle-aged older woman. No, I don't mean to be a sexist about that. My body's going, so is my wife's. Well, how many of you men live with a woman who has hair that is chemically dependent? You better hope they don't do drug testing on this audience. Well, here's what I also discovered. Women do not cook for husbands. Women cook for children. You younger men, listen to me. Truest thing I'm going to tell you tonight. When your last child leaves home, you can forget about eating. My wife's idea of a gourmet meal, 3 cereals in the same bowl. Well, you can tell you're getting old when you start taking naps in order to get ready for bed. Some of you are already on your way. I can see that. You have to work hard. Here's what I discovered. I grew up in the cotton fields of Arkansas. I could pick cotton for 14 hours a day and not make enough money to buy a hamburger. Hard work will not get it. Smart work. Those who have the knowledge have the power. Right or wrong? Now, you can learn from anyone. I get irritated at graduation stuff when someone says, now that you have your education. What's wrong with that? Do you ever get your education? No. You got to keep learning. If you have a PhD degree, that means you knew something 7 years ago. But if you haven't kept learning and studying and growing, you have been left behind. Knowledge is power. Again, let me show you how it works at home. Could I assume that most of you men are romanticists? Let's stretch your minds tonight. think way outside the box. Could I assume that on many occasions you men will buy your wives flowers? Anniversary, birthday, Valentine's Day. If you men were going to buy a dozen roses for your anniversary, which color rose would you buy?
Red.
Okay, here are your choices. Red, white, yellow, pink, peach. Quick survey. You men are buying a dozen roses. How many of you men would buy red? May I see your hands up high? Well, that's almost everyone. Who would buy white? Pink, yellow, peach. You women are married to a thoughtful romanticist. He says, love, I'm going down the floor to buy you a dozen roses. Which color rose would you like me to buy? How many of you women say, darling, be sure and buy me red roses? May I see your hands up high? Gentlemen, look around. How many of you women would say, love, I would like yellow roses? White, pink, peach. What does this little survey say?
Nobody wants red.
No, it basically says men are stupid. 87% of the time, men buy red roses. They buy red 87% of the time. But of those 5 colors, women prefer red dead last. 16%. Knowledge is power. You men come home with a dozen red roses you bought for yourself again. You give them to your wife. What do you expect her to do? Fall down on the floor, kiss your feet. See, you women are standing there thinking, when will the bozo ever guess it right? Confess. How many of you men have never asked your wife which color rose she prefers? Confess. Why have you not done that? So you have violated a cardinal rule in selling called qualifying the buyer. How many of you women have never told your husbands which color you prefer? You confess. Why have you not done that?
She wants to know.
He's never asked. Has that kept you from having opinions on other issues? See, you women are very bad about playing a game hard. I've got a secret. And if you just love me enough, you might guess my secret.